Hello and welcome to another video on Back of the Net. And today it's another Funnell Forecast.
And the cross by Heffernan, and was that a foul? It's a goal anyway from Funnell.
And I've got my friend here, Tony Funnell, to give us a hand going through the Super 6 predictions. And we're going to do a bit of football chat first. How you doing, Tony?
Very well, especially after seeing that goal. I love seeing the goals against Pompey going in.
Yeah, it's a good one, that one. It's a good one. Have you been?
Yeah, I'm fine, yeah. Just keeping safe like everyone.
Tony, you're an avid golfer. You can't get on the course at the moment. What are you doing to occupy yourself? How are you going to fill that golf time?
Oh, there's plenty of things to do. I'm obviously going lots of walk, trying to get out for a walk.
Yeah,
with my wife, looking after the grandchildren. That takes up our time as well. So there's plenty to do. And although, obviously there's nothing wrong in playing a game of golf, and you are miles apart when you're walking down the fairway. One hits it one side, one hits it the other. But that's not the problem. The problem is they don't want too many people travelling the roads, cars and that, and getting to the golf courses. So you have to respect that, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you do.
The sooner we get out of this, the better.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, mate. So football today, this week, having a little look at the sort of stories that have been coming up recently. I thought we'd have a little chat about some of them. Something that caught my eye from a Bournemouth point of view is this fella here. Now, I don't know if you can see this. I got the AFC Bournemouth calendar given to me as a gift this Christmas. And in January is David Brooks, that tricky Bournemouth winger. Now, David Brooks has been linked with a move, or rather, Aston Villa have been linked as interested in David Brooks. So this is not concrete news by any means. This has been reported by, I think, that radio station, TalkSport. But nevertheless, very interesting as we approach the middle of January. So this is when things start to move and shake in the transfer market. David Brooks, Tony, what do you think of him as a player?
Yeah, very good player, very good prospect. I personally think, and this will be great news for you, that he should stay with Bournemouth and get promotion with Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to go to just any team in the Premiership if he's going to go. I think he should hang on and progress a bit more, keep Bournemouth into these promotion spots, and if they get in the Premiership, he can either stay or he can go to a bigger club then. That's my view. Fantastic.
Yeah, and I tend to agree with that view, Tony. And when David started playing for us, he had a spell where he was excellent, really, really excellent against some of the top teams. And the following year, we actually had a bit of interest from Man United. And at that time, they were thinking around about 40 million Bournemouth were asking from him. Obviously, we're in the Championship now. So if he does go, I don't know if we get that much for them. But Bournemouth, they've been doing quite well in asking for good money, haven't they, Tone, since they've gone down?
Yeah, it's not just doing well asking for big money and getting big money. It's the people behind the scenes that are going out to find these players. I think that's what you've got to think. They've got some people behind the scenes who know what they're doing, and they're finding the right players.
Yeah, they're adding good value, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
And another thing that we probably should talk about, and we talked about it a little bit, is COVID and the restrictions around that and how that is still affecting all areas of the game. But recently, at the top level of the game, and Steve Bruce a couple of weeks ago was actually pretty much calling for football to stop. And there have been other managers who've had an opinion on the way things are done in football and the nation, isn't there, Tony?
Yeah, well, I see one, Sean Dyche, Burnley, saying should the footballers have their vaccine first? And, people are straight away going to say, no way, why should footballers have their vaccine first? But I think it was quite clever what he said was, if the footballers had their vaccines first, they wouldn't have to be tested and retested week in, week out. All that money could go to the NHS. And I thought, well, that does sound feasible.
Yeah, I mean, those tests are very, very expensive. I know someone who works at a football club, and in the Premier League they can afford it, but further down you go, they can't afford it, and that seems a little bit unfair as well, doesn't it? That Premier League football can continue, but Championship games get called off, League One games get called off.
Right.
I mean, non-league, bless them, some seasons have hardly got started and they've had to stop again.
No, yeah.
So, yeah.
Is it Dover? Have they played 10 games?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, well, I think it was, wasn't it? Dover Athletic. Yeah. It's just as soon as you get started, and then you stop, and then you start, and then you. I don't know. When will it all end, Tony? When are things going to be back to normal?
Well, not in a few weeks. It's going to take a few months more, I think, I'm afraid.
Okay.
We'll be looking into. Hopefully, the sooner we get out of and back into the tier systems, will be better. Because when we're in there, we've got a normalish life, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then later on this year, hopefully, things are a lot brighter. But you just don't know. They've got this new one from Brazil now. They're talking about. Yeah.
They're banning flying in, aren't they, from South America? So if you're signing a player from South America this summer, Arsenal or whoever, ain't gonna happen. No. Oh, very well. Okay, well, Tony, let's crack on with our Super 6 stuff now. And we did a little look at the league table and put together a little video on our top 5. Here we go. Happy New Year to you. And we've got a new entry in 5th. It's Tyler Gregory Wareham. He's finished flirting with the top 5 and he's finally making it official. Service resumed as usual at 4 with Jamie Dawson, another non-mover. Lewis Curtis keeps his place in 3rd with 220 points, and that only leaves him a point off top. Zach is another non-mover, folks, and boy is it tight. He's the same points as 1st place, which of course is Alan Rocket. He stays at the top on, goal difference? Don't ask me. So there's our league. Looking fantastic as always, and anything can happen in this league. Points can be gained very quickly. For example, how's Tony Funnell getting on? Do you know how you're getting on, Tony?
Yeah, I think I stayed in the same place. And it was a difficult week last week. It was hard to predict those FA Cup games. You didn't know which teams were going to turn up, with a full squad of players or half a squad of players.
Yeah, completely.
And I think most of the top, at least the top 10 and a little bit past that, probably all got similar points. So things didn't change much. Although, is it Mr. Wareham?
Yeah.
Tyler Wareham? Where did he come from? I hadn't seen that name. I hadn't noticed it.
No, it's all change, isn't it? Let's have a little look. So you're right. A lot of the names are ones that we already knew. Zoom in a little bit here. But yeah, Tyler. I've seen his name in the sort of the top 20. So welcome to the top 5, Tyler. And a lot of the other names I know in there. There you are, Tony. Look at that 8th. That's not bad, buddy. Look. 212 points and 20 at the top. It's 221. So there's nothing in it.
No, I'm doing my best. I'll keep plugging away week in, week out. And
then you look below you, Tony, and there's some people who've been at the top of the league before. Nigel Little there, Paul Bellamy's been up there before. Gwyneth's been in there before. Alessandro Linford, he was up there.
Yes, he was up there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Steve Hensman, I think he got in there once. So, and Tony, look, here's Stephen Wheeler. He's dropped, isn't he?
Yeah, the family's just having a little break. I think they've gone away for a couple of weeks. They'll be back again, though.
Really, having they're together there, having a little chat. That's lovely. Yeah. So we'll have a little look and see what games we've got now this game week. So I'm going to click the play button and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And Tony, we start with what I think could be an absolute cracker of a game, maybe, and that's Leeds against Brighton. How do you think this one is going to go?
Yeah, Leeds, what have they done? They've lost their last 2 games 3-0.
Yeah.
Last week in the FA Cup against Crawley. And Brighton don't give too much away. and they played quite well against Man City.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a Leeds win, 2-1 to Leeds.
2-1 to Leeds. I think that could be a real interesting game, that one. I think that could. A lot of people have gone with a Leeds win. I wonder if it's because they talk about the style of football a lot, don't they, from them?
I must admit, I like watching Leeds. They have a go. They keep throwing players forward all the time.
Yeah, but as you said, they have had a few 3-0s the wrong way around, haven't they?
We shall see. West Ham. There, I think they've lost. I swear they've lost their last 4 games.
Right.
They haven't won a game. Well, they haven't won a game in 4.
Yeah.
I watched Burnley against Man United. Although Burnley, for 3/4 of the game, they were under the cosh by Man United. They sat back and Man United just came at them. And Man United should have scored more goals, but they didn't, unfortunately. But come the last 15, when Burnley wanted to, they scared United in the last 15 minutes when they started throwing players forward and having a go. So I think this one's, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah. I'm not really sure, Tony, but my feeling is with Burnley, I feel that Burnley ball has become a little bit unstuck this year. Previous seasons, they've been so consistent, haven't they, in the way that they play their football, and it's worked for them. But this time, and they had a bit of a wobble last year, but this year, I think it might be a bad year for Burnley. I do. Then we got Watford against Huddersfield. Again, I think this could be a cracker.
Yeah, Watford. Huddersfield, they're not a good side going away from home.
No, true.
I think I did have a look, and Watford this will only be their second game in the last 5 at home. They haven't played many home games.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go for a Watford win, though. I'm going to go 2-0 to Watford.
2-0 to Watford, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Right, we're going to fly over this way now. Now, another one of the recently relegated teams playing, Tony. We've got Norwich, and they are playing the Bluebirds. So it's the Bluebirds versus the Canaries. Look at that.
Yeah, top of the table, Norwich. I think Norwich will come away with a victory. I'm going 2-1 Norwich.
2-1 Norwich. 2-1 Tony. I missed one back there, didn't I? 2-1 Tony.
You did. I thought I got away with it.
Yeah. Now, here we go.
Last week, Sam said it straight away because I think my first game I said 2-1. He went, 2-1 Tony.
2-1 Tony. We got AFC Bournemouth, the Cherries against the Hatters, Luton. Now, Bournemouth didn't have... Well, they played not bad against Millwall. Millwall gave them a good game, but they let slip what should have been 3 points, I think. But then again, the Bournemouth goalkeeper, Asmir Begovic, was incredible for us once again. We're going to be playing Luton here, Tony. Do you think that Luton are going to cause Bournemouth as much of a threat?
Well, they've got a poor away record, Luton. Bournemouth have got a good home record. I think if Bournemouth were in the Championship last season, you would have said a draw wasn't too bad against Mill, because Mill, they got some results last year.
Yeah.
But I think Bournemouth have just got to stop giving those silly goals away.
Yeah.
I am going to go, though, Bournemouth 2, Luton 0.
Okay, brilliant. Do you know that's exactly what Jason Tyndall said? Not the prediction, but the Bournemouth have got to, stop giving away the silly goals, because it wasn't one that wasn't a great one to give away. And then we're into this game, Tony, and again, I think an interesting matchup. Got Bristol City against Preston North End. Yeah,
both the teams give goals away, stupid goals away.
Yeah.
I reckon Bristol City are going to come out with a win in this game. I'm going to go 2-1 to Bristol City.
2-1, Tony. There we go. And then, golden goal time, Tone. What are you feeling today?
Yeah, the other week I was a minute out. I think I'm going to go 8 minutes this time.
Have you played with a number 8 on your back before, Tone? Must have.
I played with a 9 and a 10. Don't think I may have done, I don't know, but usually 9 or 10.
10. Okay, here we go. We'll go head to head with Jeff.
Mind you, in my early days, I probably had 12 on the back for Southampton. I was sub a lot of the times.
There we go. It's funny that really people forget about now you have to have your squad number, don't you? And you have the same shirt all the way through the year. But you remember the days, and I remember them. You didn't know really. That's your shirt for today's game.
Well, if you got 12, you was happy. At least you was involved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember playing on like a Sunday morning and fighting over people which shirt to have. I want to be number 5.
Well, it's funny you say that. I remember being at Southampton and talking about fighting over kit. Used to fight over kit. The earlier you got in the morning, the best kit you could get out of the drying room.
Right, gotcha.
The people that were coming late for training, they got the stuff all the holes in.
I bet you were almost the first one there, weren't you, Tone?
No, I wasn't always the first one there, but I did. I always remember one day I looked out and I got it was a cold old day. I got the best pair of tracksuit bottoms. And the manager of Southampton Reserves at the time was a guy called George Horsell, lovely guy. He made my career for me, really, because I was a winger. And I've probably told you this before. I was playing for Southampton Reserves, and 1 minute I was on the right wing, 1 minute I was on the left wing, and he didn't know where I was. Yeah. And then the following week, he said, I'll put him up front. He'd go wherever he wants, he's up front. And that changed my career for me, going up front and playing centre forward. But I remember I got these lovely tracksuit bottoms, only ones in the drying room that had no rips in the knees or anything like that. And I swear, I don't know if he said it straight away himself, or I've got a feeling that one of my mates probably went up to him, giving a nudge and said, got Funnell, it's got tracksuit bottoms on. Only jealous because he didn't have tracksuit bottoms on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just going to start training, and this George Horse was a northern guy. And he said, Tony laddie, he said, do you play on a Saturday with tracksuit bottoms on? I said, no, George, I don't. He said, get them off now.
Oh, Tone.
I'd spent half an hour finding the best ones I could find to keep me warm.
That's not fair, is it? That's not fair.
The good old days.
Good old days. Oh, well, that brings us to the end of our Super 6 Funnell Forecast today. It's going to be goodbye from me.
Adios to me, you know that.
Yeah, beat me to it. And we will see you on the next video. Adios.
Cheers.